Okay, joined now by Jacob Daulton and Camden along with head coach Todd Hoffner. Let's start with Coach Hoffner with your thoughts on the game, please.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I thought it was a hard-fought game and give UMary tons of credit. We came out and scored twice in the third quarter and had them down 10 and ended up yielding a touchdown late to them. Then they went ahead. And so, it was one of those games where that team's got a lot of fight, and I think they're no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I said they were the best 0-3 team in the nation. Now they're the best 0-4 team in the nation. Coach is doing a phenomenal job with his crew. They were very motivated to win. They went for it on fourth down numerous times. Gallant effort, I thought, defensively, offensively, and every phase of the game, I thought they did well. I think the missed field goal right before half by UMary, the timeout of him making it and then him missing it on the second attempt, loomed large in hindsight. And then we had some costly penalties. As a football team, you definitely don't want to shoot yourselves in the foot, and we did that 3 times on offense, as well as jumping off sides on defense, having personal fouls, making some errors mentally, but we also had some physical errors. We threw an interception inside the 40, we fumbled the ball inside the 40, and we missed the field goal inside the 40. So we left as an offense at least 17 points on that field, and we were inside the 10, I believe, and took a sack, which you can't do. But for Camden here to start in his first collegiate start, he was in high school last year. He led his team to a state championship. For him to lead our troops, there was just a little miscommunication on the interception. Other than that, I thought he played a phenomenal game, and Jacob was one of our captains for the game, and his leadership throughout his journey here at Minnesota State has been nothing short of amazing. And him making that interception off of a deflected ball, and really twisting and turning his body to make that interception was nothing short of amazing. And so, a couple of quality young men here. We're really excited as a football program to win, but we also aren't going to drink the Kool-Aid too much because we've got tons to clean up. So it's nice to be 3-1, but more importantly, it's nice to go 1-0.
Questions?
Cam, you can just reflect on a little bit of, 3 weeks ago you didn't make the trip to Bemidji, as I understand it. Now you're under center in the fourth quarter of a homecoming game. Just can you talk a little bit about what the last 3 weeks have been like for you?
Yeah, I've always had the mentality of just, you got to prepare like you're the starter every day. And even though you're not at Bemidji or you're not traveling first week, football is a game where you see people go down. It happened today, unfortunately, and that's why we won. We have a next rep mentality, next man up, and just like I said, I prepared as a starter, prepared myself every single day, watch film, and I'm just thankful that coach put me in the right position to make plays today, and we ended up getting the win, and I'm super proud of our guys.
Coach, you guys fell behind 0-14 pretty early in the first half, but were able to tie the game up heading into halftime. What were some of the points of emphasis or areas you guys addressed during break that you needed to clean up?
Yeah, I thought University of UMary, the Marauders, have a really good defensive plan that fits their offensive schemes, right? They're going to make you earn your points. We did get a couple of cheap ones from them, but we definitely earned what we got today. They're going to make you drive the field. They want you to shoot yourself in the foot. They want you to make a mistake. Their ball control on offense. For us to be down 14-0, that resiliency and fight back, and for us to yield, what was 24 unanswered, right? We're up 24-14. That was really impressive, but now when you got your foot on the gas, you can't let up. Now it's time to pour it on, and I thought our third drive as an offense was lackluster. It felt like we were unmotivated. I think I could have called better plays, but we did drop a pass on second down. I wanted to keep that clock rolling, right? They called a timeout and forced us to punt into the wind. I wanted to either get a first down or punt with the wind. I was looking for 3 possessions of, completions and or running the ball. We ran the ball twice. They called the timeout with 5 seconds left. This, that, and the other thing, but, we have to learn as an offense and a team, in particular, that, when we have somebody on the ropes, it's go time. It's not chill and relax time. We have to put points on the board, and a lot of them, and I thought our defense was out there a lot, right? And, Jacob obviously did a really good job of leading the troops, but let's make no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Mr. Nelson is a phenomenal quarterback. Mr. Kittner is a phenomenal receiver. Their line is really good, and so is their running back. So they have a lot of weapons. So for us to hold them to 28 when they had 500 yards, usually there's a stat out there for every 100 you get, you usually get 7 points. So they should have had 35. The missed field goal right before half, and they chose not to kick a field goal at the end of the game and tie it up. So they could have easily had 34 and won that football game with those 2 field goals, but woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? We played that game last week when we lost and blocked the punt and the ball's laying in the end zone. All we have to do is pick it up and it's game over. So that stuff happens. That's football. That's why people love college football. It's a beautiful game, but being down, I actually forgot for a second that we were down 14-0, and now we fought back, and that's a good thing, right? But taking care of the football and putting our foot on the gas is really important moving forward.
Camden, had you planned on redshirting this year a month ago or so, when you got here for the fall?
Like I said, I just prepared like I was a starter. If I had to go in, I had to go in. I was prepared for it, and if I had a redshirt, I would take it as a year to learn. But obviously that's not how it's become. I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, and I was put in a good position to make plays today, and all the guys around me rallied, or I rallied around them, and we had brought the energy today. We talked about earlier that we need to be a third and fourth quarter team, and that starts with having energy and playing to win, not playing to lose. So yeah, just preparing to be a starter and just do whatever it takes to win.
Todd, did you change a little bit of maybe your philosophy at halftime? Because it seemed like you came out and really started to commit to running the ball. Offensive line probably got the best rhythm I think maybe they've had all year for a couple of drives there. Is that kind of the plan at halftime?
It actually was a plan going into the game, Chad. We definitely wanted to do some things with our certain personnel groupings. In the first half, we were getting a little kittywampus or lopsided with running the ball out of certain sets and certain personnel. So we definitely had a agenda, right, early in the game, and we threw the ball fairly well. Camden did a great job of throwing the ball. But the second half was, the plan was, prior to the game, to even try and run the ball a lot in the second half. And it loomed large, and I thought the line did a tremendous job. And, Coach Jones, Coach Henning, Coach Bozen and Coach Stevenson, all helped our guys put ourselves in position. But what a class act here. We were planning to redshirt Camden, but, for him to lead our team like this is nothing short of amazing. Jacob?
Jake, the first 2 drives, they made it look kind of easy early. So what are some of the adjustments you guys made to make them work a little bit more?
We don't make too many adjustments. Football's so mental, and we preach that. I just think that it's a testament to how we practice. Coach Hoffner and the staff put us in those situations, and we just, we preach just to do your job. And so there wasn't many major adjustments. You just got to lock in mentally, and that's what we were yelling. That's what we were encouraging. And it just came down to playing the next play.
It seemed like you had 2 or 3 times in the fourth quarter where you maybe could have put that game away a little bit, but they kept coming up with that play. So how do you guys keep in the moment, try not to get down, and it looked like they're going to go in and try to stop in the final seconds? What's the process in the huddle with you guys, and how do you keep the worst from happening?
Right. Like I said, when we saw the clock was under 2 minutes, we were all kind of looking at each other like, okay, it's 2 minute drill, because we practice that multiple times a week in practice. And if everybody does their job, somebody's going to be there to seal off the game. And we did battle through some mistakes. We shot ourselves in the foot a few times with penalties, but you know, when it comes down to it, when everybody does their job, you know, good things happen, as you can see.
Another question?
Yeah, Coach, how have you guys mentally as a team been able to sort of handle or deal with injuries this season? And then now with Sample and Randall, what's sort of been the thought process behind that?
You know, I feel for every young man, including the quarterback for Mary that gets injured and who is unavailable to play the game that they love. You know, all these young men work so hard in the off season to play, to compete, to have their moment in the sun. It's tough. You know, it's tough as a coach. It's tough for the players that are injured. It's tough on their relationships, and it's, you know, it's hard for us to try and keep moving forward. You know, we may have lost another young man today, and you know, you don't wish that upon anybody, but it's really unfortunate, and we just got to keep finding a way to go 1-0, and hopefully through time we'll be able to get some guys back, right, that don't have surgeries imminent, that can help us be a little bit deeper, a little bit more flush, and maybe a little bit more aggressive as a football team. But it's not fun, and it's very unfortunate for the student athletes.
Jake, do you think this is just gonna be one of those years where there isn't gonna be too many kneel downs at the end, and it's just gonna be 60 minutes to the end every game?
You know, we're not really looking too far into the future. We're just focused on, you know, what's next now. Play by play, you know, thinking that far into the future, I don't think is going to help us, you know, as a defensive operation that much. So the focus is just, you know, what's next, what can we clean up from this game.
Todd, do you want to comment on the crowd and almost 6,000 people that are
That's
coming?
awesome. Thanks, Paul. You know, we appreciate everybody coming out today to support Minnesota State Maverick football, all the festivities of homecoming all week, the you know, Hall of Fame last night, and everything that went down all week. It's a special time for us here as a football program. It's kind of you know, a finish to a week of celebration for everybody. And we are now 13-1 since 2008 in homecoming games, and that's not easy to do. And for us to come away with a victory today is nothing short of amazing. And we're so proud of our student athletes, coaches, and everybody that makes this possible. Thank you.
Great, thanks guys. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That's it.